Hey everyone, how's it going? Today, we're going to talk about premium travel credit cards. You know the ones: the Capital One Venture X, the American Express Platinum Card, the Chase Sapphire Reserve, the Citi Strata Elite Card. Wait, the Citi Strata Elite Card? Oh yeah, there's a new kid on the block. This card is brand new and has some unique benefits and perks. But are they enough to justify the annual fee? Well, let's find out. This video is going to be part 3 of now a 4-part video. If you're a subscriber of this channel, you know that we are currently going through all of the top premium travel credit cards. Once you finish watching this video, go check out those 2 previous videos on the Venture X and the Sapphire Reserve. And if you're not subscribed, go ahead and hit that button so that way you can see the 4th video when it comes out, talking all about the Platinum Card. Now, the Citi Strata Elite Card is a brand new credit card. Kinda. A while back, Citibank had a card called the Prestige Card, which was a premium travel credit card. However, that card has been closed to new applications for quite a while now, and this has left Citi without a top travel credit card to compete with Capital One, Chase, or American Express. But the Strata Elite Card puts them back in the game. This card has an annual fee of $595, which is under the Platinum Card and the Sapphire Reserve, but higher than the Venture X. The current welcome offer on the Strata Elite Card is 80,000 Citi Thank You points, after spending $4,000 in the first 3 months of card ownership. Citi Thank You points are worth 1 cent per point as a base, which would make this welcome offer worth $800. However, these points can be worth a lot more, which we'll talk about in a little bit. With the Citi Strata Elite Card, we are going to earn 12x back on hotels, rental cars, and attractions booked through the Citi Travel Portal, 6x back on airfare booked through the Citi Travel Portal, 6x back at restaurants on Citi Nights purchases, which are Fridays and Saturdays from 6 p.m. to 6 a.m. Then you'll earn 3x back on restaurants all other times, then 1.5x back on everything else. Now these multipliers are not bad as far as premium travel credit cards go. 12x back on hotels and rental cars inside of the travel portal is actually the best of the 4 cards. And having 1.5x back on everything is nice if you're using this card in a single card setup. However, I think it's more likely that we'll see people combining this card with the other credit cards that Citi offers, like the Custom Cash or the Double Cash. Let me know down below if you'd like to see a video talking about the Citi Trifecta or even Quadfecta. Is that a word? Okay, so moving on. Let's take a look at the annual credits that the Citi Strata Elite Card offers. Annual credits are great to help us offset the cost of the annual fee. This is usually referred to as lowering our effective annual fee, which is the true cost of owning the card after we factor in all of the credits that we can take use of. Now, Citi claims that this card offers over $1,500 in annual credits. First up, we're going to receive a $300 hotel credit, which we can use to take a $300 discount off of a 2-night hotel stay booked through the Citi Travel Portal. Next, you'll receive a $200 splurge credit, which you can use at First Dibs, American Airlines, Best Buy, Future Personal Training, and Live Nation. And you'll also receive a $200 Black Lane credit, which is a premium global chauffeur service. You can use $100 of this credit semi-annually. Now, the final 3 credits that this card offers are actually more like benefits than credits, in my opinion. You'll receive a Priority Pass Select membership, valued at $469. Then you'll receive 4 one-time passes to the American Airlines Admirals Club, valued at $300. Then finally, you'll receive a Global Entry or TSA PreCheck credit. Now, I don't like that Citi has included lounge access in their annual credits. Lounge access is more of a benefit and less of something that I would put a monetary value on and count it towards my annual fee. Because of that, I think Citi's claim of over $1,500 in value is just wrong. And the Global Entry or TSA PreCheck credit can only be used once every 4 years. So that credit can't actually get counted every year. So looking at these credits, it's more like $700 in value between the 3 actual credits. Now, on that note, I do think lounge access adds huge value to a credit card, and it's definitely something to consider when looking at a credit card. Now, one big positive for the Strata Elite Card is that it's one of 2 credit cards that offers access to the American Airlines Admirals Club. Unfortunately, this card does not offer unlimited access, but instead will only receive 4 one-time passes to the lounge. This is a really low number. For $595 a year, I would have expected way more. For instance, the Platinum Card offers 10 visits a year to the Delta Sky Club. And what's even more interesting is there isn't a spending limit that we could hit to unlock more visits. You can bring guests with you into the lounge, but each guest you bring will utilize one of those 4 passes. Meaning if you bring 2 guests with you into the lounge, that will cost you 3 passes, leaving you with only 1. And unfortunately, these passes do not roll over into the next year. Any leftover passes will be forfeited. Now, the Strata Elite does offer a few additional benefits, including access to the Citi Travel Portal, where we can book flights, hotels, rental cars, and attractions. You can also use your Citi Thank You points inside of the portal at a rate of 1 cent per point. You'll also have access to Death & Co. and Citi Entertainment for different events and experiences. Now, one new benefit that I think is not advertised very well is that Citi has a new hotel collection called the Reserve. Like all of the other hotel collections, you'll receive a number of benefits when you book through the collection. For the Reserve, these include daily breakfast for 2, free Wi-Fi, a $100 experience credit, early check-in and late checkout when available, and room upgrades when available. And finally, the Strata Elite Card offers a range of insurance and protections, including trip cancellation and interruption insurance, trip delay insurance, lost or damaged luggage protection, and master rental coverage for rental cars. So before we get to the main benefit that everyone is talking about on this card, I first want to talk about one last benefit, and that's the CitiGold Relationship Credit and the CitiGold Private Client Relationship Credit. Citibank has 4 relationship status tiers that you can earn depending on how much money you have sitting in Citibank accounts. The top 2 tiers are CitiGold and CitiGold Private Client. If you are at the CitiGold level and hold the Strata Elite Card, you'll receive a $145 annual credit just for keeping your card open. And if you are at the CitiGold Private Client level, you'll receive a $559 credit in your first year, then a $145 credit after that. So the benefit that everyone is talking about on this card is the new transfer partner. All of the premium travel credit cards that we've talked about have the ability to transfer their points out to a list of transfer partners. This allows us to take, say, our membership reward points and transfer them over to Delta, or we can take our Chase Ultimate Reward points and transfer them to United. And now we can transfer our Citi Thank You points over to American Airlines. This is actually a really big benefit. American Airlines has some of the best point redemptions out there of the top 3 US carriers. Here's an example. If we take a look at this flight from Detroit to Los Angeles on American, the price for this flight in economy is $259. But the point redemption is only 13,000 points. This is a great point redemption of 1.95 cents per point. Remember, the goal is to get at least 1 cent per point on redemptions. And if we take a look at a first class ticket, that point redemption is 2.59 cents per point. Those kinds of redemptions are generally only found when using more in-depth methods to book a flight, like using another airline. But here's a crazy good redemption. American Airlines' top-of-the-line seat is their flagship first seat. Tickets for these seats can cost $3,000 or $4,000, like this one from Charlotte to London for $4,083. But after just a few minutes of looking, I was able to find this same ticket for only 75,000 points. This redemption comes to 5.43 cents per point, an absolutely crazy redemption. It's pretty easy to see why having American Airlines as a transfer partner is a huge benefit. Now, for all intents and purposes, let's consider this a new credit card type from Citibank. I know they've had a premium travel credit card in the past, but it's been a while and the credit card game has changed quite a bit since then. I say all this because I think the Strata Elite has some growing to do. This is a good start to a premium travel credit card, but it's not quite there. This is kind of similar to a first-generation tech product. There's some cool things it can do, but it's still got a couple bugs to work out. I think on the Strata Elite, the credits are lacking, the benefits feel more like mid-tier level, and there's no standout benefit or main benefit on this card, except for the American Airlines transfer partner. If you are an avid American Airlines traveler, then this card might be worth it to you. When we compare this card to the other premium travel credit cards, as it stands, it is one of the easiest ways to get the best redemptions on flights. American Airlines is only a transfer partner of Citibank. But is it worth $595? Well, if I held this card, I could really only take advantage of that $200 splurge credit for the American Airlines flights. This would bring down my effective annual fee to $395. The only reason I'm not including the $300 hotel credit is because of the 2-night minimum stay. Now, $395 is a lot to spend just to have access to American Airlines as a transfer partner. However, the Strata Elite is actually not the only card to have received this benefit. The Strata card, which is the little brother to the Strata Elite, has also been given this transfer partner, and that card only costs $95. I've talked about this card in the past, and you can go check out that video I made right up here. So all of that being said, where does this card place when we compare it to the Sapphire Reserve, the Platinum card, and the Venture X? Well, I gotta put it in dead last. With very few benefits and a pretty large annual fee, it's just not on the same level as the Sapphire Reserve or the Platinum card. And it costs too much to be in line with the Venture X. And because the main benefit everyone's talking about is also available on a card that costs $95, I just don't think it's worth it. So what could make the Strata Elite better? The main issue for me is that the benefits don't help offset the cost. It's unlikely that the annual fee would decrease, which means the benefits or credits would need to increase. If we had access to something that would give us a points bonus or some kind of discount when booking inside of the travel portal, or additional credits for dining or lifestyle would make this card a little bit more appealing. Now, an alternative to this card that gives you access to American Airlines perks would actually be the Advantage Executive card, which is actually a co-branded credit card from American Airlines. The Executive Advantage card would not only let you earn miles, but you could also earn loyalty points, which are how American Airlines deems your status tier. Earn enough loyalty points and you receive status. And as a quick plug, if you want to learn all about loyalty programs from airlines, go check out this video right up here. With the Executive card, you also receive unlimited access to the Admirals Club, and you can bring 2 guests with you each visit for free. The Executive card also costs the exact same as the Strata Elite, $595. Arguably, I think the Executive card offers better credits to help bring down the effective annual fee. Now, if you want to learn all about American Airlines co-branded credit cards, go check out this video I made right up here. So with all of that being said, this leaves the Strata Elite card in a weird place. On one hand, it's a premium travel credit card with a few premium travel perks that could be useful for the right person, especially if you live inside of the Citibank ecosystem. But on the other hand, it's expensive and doesn't really offer that much or have a standout benefit. And with the Strata card also receiving the one big benefit that this card received, kind of makes the Strata Elite card irrelevant. But maybe I'm wrong. And if you think so, let me know down below. Thank you so much for watching. Tell me, are you planning to get the Strata Elite card? If so, tell me why. And don't forget to subscribe so you can see all of the future videos when they come out. I'll see you next time.